Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where we talk about education, behavior, and boundaries. My name is Matt. I'm a veteran teacher and a board-certified behavior analyst. And today we are breaking down the top 10 Christmas movies. If you like education, behavior, and boundaries, and teaching and all things like that, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new uploads. Now, let's get into it. Coming in at number 10, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, 1964. Starting strong with some nostalgia here. The Rankin Bass stop-motion classic, Rudolph, Hermie the Elf, The Abominable Snowman, The Island of Misfit Toys. The animation is iconic, it's janky, it's weird, and it's perfect. This is what Christmas looked like in the 60s, and honestly, most of my childhood. So this is a story about outcasts. Rudolph doesn't fit in because of his nose. Hermie doesn't want to make toys. He wants to be a dentist. And instead of forcing them to conform, the story says your difference makes you valuable. But that's what we should be teaching kids. Not fit in, but your weird is your superpower. I would even argue that the thing that makes you weird is actually maybe your version of genius level, right? Like however you operate and navigate through that. I watched this every year as a kid on ABC Families, 25 Days of Christmas. And if you know, you know, and that Bumble, terrifying, but also kind of cute once Hermie pulls his teeth, okay? So who's it for? This is for families. This is for nostalgic millennials and Gen X. Anyone who loves stop motion animation, which is yours truly, this is a movie for you. I'm going to put it at the tier of essential. Number 9.
You have a new book in mind? Oh, of course he does.
The Man Who Invented Christmas. This came out in 2017, and this is the one nobody's heard of. This is about Charles Dickens writing A Christmas Carol. It stars Dan Stevens, and it's incredible. It's a movie about the writing process. Dickens is struggling with writer's blocks, dealing with family drama, and then the characters start showing up. Scrooge haunts him. So this is about creativity under pressure. Dickens had 6 weeks to write this book, or he'd go bankrupt. And he did it. That's what we ask our students to do all the time. Create under a deadline. This movie shows it's messy, it's hard, and it's worth it. I watched this the year I started writing my book, and when Dickens finally finishes and breaks down crying, I felt that. Okay, creating something is hard. So who's it for? This is for writers. This is for Dickens fans. This is for anyone who loves meta storytelling and teachers who assign A Christmas Carol. It's tier is an underrated gem. Absolutely underrated gem. All right, so number 8. This one's a newer one, and it still made it to the list. I love it.
Hi, Danny. Hi, Sam.
That Christmas, okay? This is the wild card. That Christmas is a newer animated movie, and I promise you, it flew completely under the radar, which is a shame. The movie understands that Christmas isn't one story. It's a bunch of stories happening at the same time. Different families, different problems, different emotions, all colliding during one snowy Christmas in a small town. It's cozy, it's British, it's quietly funny, and then out of nowhere, it gets emotional. This movie is about regulation. Seriously. You got kids dealing with disappointment, adults dealing with guilt, parents trying their best and still messing up, and instead of everything magically fixing itself, the movie shows something better. Connection, repair, and grace. Not perfect Christmases, real ones. So as a behavior analyst, I love that the message isn't behave better, it's understand each other better. So I watched this expecting background noise, and then I realized I had fully stopped scrolling, and by the end I was sitting there like, why am I so emotional right now? That's how it gets you. So who's it for? This is for families with kids, fans of softer, character-driven Christmas stories, and anyone who prefers heart over spectacle. So this tier, it's a sleeper hit. Don't skip it, all right? Number 7, coming in strong, we have Elf.
Sorry!
If you don't watch Elf, do you even like Christmas? Buddy the Elf doesn't know how to be cynical. He just loves everyone, unironically. And in 2025, going into 2026, it's so sad that's unheard of, but it's such a healing movie in that way. Buddy is neurodivergent representation done right. He's literal. He has special interest, Christmas, smiling, and sugar, that is, and he struggles with social cues. And the movie doesn't say fix him. The It says the world needs more buddies. I love this. Buddies' differences aren't deficits. They're his strengths. You smell like beef cheese. You don't smell like Santa lives rent-free in my head. So who's it for? Everyone. Literally everyone. If you don't like Elf, we can't be friends. And that's okay. You know? So the tier, perfect movie. Coming in at number 6.
This is the Polar Express.
The Polar Express from 2004. I already did a full reaction to this video, so I'm going to keep this pretty short. Animation is creepy. We all know this, but the themes? Belief, wonder, holding on to magic even when the world tells you to grow up. Okay, the conductor says, quote, seeing is believing, but sometimes the most real things are the ones we can't see. That's faith. That's hope. That's what we're teaching when we tell kids to imagine. I remember watching this movie, laying on blankets in the living room, and thinking, man, this is Christmas. This is what Christmas is. All right, I love it, man. This is for families with elementary age kids, people who love trains, Tom Hanks enthusiasts, anyone who still believes, okay? The tier I'm putting this on is divisive, but essential. Number 5, The Muppet Christmas Carol came out in 1992. The best adaptation of A Christmas Carol, and I will fight you on this. Michael Caine plays Scrooge completely straight, even though he's surrounded by Muppets. The commitment, the audacity. This is a story about redemption. Scrooge isn't a villain. He's someone who forgot how to be human. In his ambition, in his goals, he's just pursuing, he's trying to provide a better life for himself, trying to be something in this world, and he just lost himself. And the ghosts don't punish him, they teach him. And I want to do a whole movie. I want to do a whole reaction on this, and I hope I'm able to before the year gets out. But I'll break it down like this. So the Ghost of Christmas Past uses reflection to teach him. The Ghost of Christmas Present uses observation, and the Ghost of Christmas Future uses consequences. Okay, that's good pedagogy, man. That's just good old pedagogy. Great art of teaching. Love it. Who's it for? Families, Muppet fans, anyone who wants to cry during Bless Us All, people who think Muppets are unironically high art. Me. So tier, masterpiece. All right, coming in at number 4, we have the Santa Claus from 1994. This is it. Top 4. For good reason. It's about a dad who doesn't believe, reconnecting with his son through magic. So Scott Calvin is cynical, divorced, and kind of a jerk. Accidentally becomes Santa, and it changes him. So Scott is forced into being Santa. He doesn't choose it, but once he accepts it, he becomes the best version of himself. Sometimes we don't choose our calling. It chooses us. And our job is to lean into that calling, whatever it may be. This is for families. This is for Tim Allen fan. Anyone who believes in second chances and people who just need a good cry. So the tier is just a peak Christmas movie. Like, Christmas did not happen unless this is playing in your home. And number 3, y'all knew it was coming, man. Home Alone. Kevin! The movie that taught a generation of kids that child endangerment is hilarious. This is what I love, man. Kevin is competent. Okay? He's 8 years old, left alone, and he doesn't panic. He grocery shops. He does laundry. He sets elaborate traps. Kid is a genius. And this is what happens when you give a kid agency. Okay? Nobody's micromanaging Kevin. He has a problem, which are burglars, and he solves it with creativity and paint cans. Also, can we talk about how Kevin's family is just terrible? Like, CPS would have been called within 10 seconds. And just the police who came and did a wellness check in Home Alone, like, what? That wasn't even... Well, nobody came to the door. Nobody's... Dude! Of course he didn't come to the door. He's a kid. He's scared. They didn't have Ring cameras back then. So, anyway, they forget him twice, by the way. There's a second one. They forget him twice. But I watch this every Christmas since I was 5. And every year, I root for the Wet Bandits just a little bit. Right? Joe Pesci deserved better, you know? So who's it for? This is for families. People who love slapstick. Anyone who's ever wanted to booby trap their house. Okay? This is for you. Tier, it's top 3 for a reason. All right? Go watch it. It's great. Coming in at number 2, we have The Grinch. The Ron Howard, Jim Carrey, fever dream version. Not the cartoon, not the Benedict Cumberbatch one. This one, okay? This is what I love. It's weird. The makeup, the set design, the commitment. Jim Carrey spent 8 hours in a makeup chair every day, and you can feel it. He's unhinged, okay? It's great. So here's the thing that everyone misses. The Grinch isn't evil. He's traumatized. He was bullied as a kid, laughed at for being different, and nobody, not one adult, helped him. So he's isolated. He became bitter. He hurt because he was hurt. That's not a villain origin story. That's a cry for help. As teachers, we see this all the time. The bad kid usually is just the hurt kid. This is who it's for. People who love chaos, Jim Carrey fans, anyone who relates to the Grinch more than they would like to admit, and future therapists. This is what it is. The tier comfort movie. Now, here we go. Number 1. Number 1. Christmas did not happen in this house and possibly in your house if you have not watched this movie. The reason I keep my Netflix subscription is this.
Ha! Eat our snow, you... They're not attached. Why aren't they attached? I thought they were attached. I would never, in a million years, have done what I just did if I didn't.
The best Christmas movie ever made. And I know that's controversial, but hear me out. The animation is gorgeous, okay? Hand-drawn, but with lighting that makes it look 3D. It's stunning. But it's the story that gets me. It's always the story. It's about Jesper, a selfish, spoiled postman who's sent to a frozen island as punishment. The town is miserable. 2 families have been feuding for generations. Nobody talks. Nobody's kind. And then Jesper meets Klaus, a reclusive toy maker. And together they start giving toys to kids. And slowly, the town changes. One act of kindness creates another and another until the entire culture shifts. So this is about systems change. Okay, Jesper doesn't give a big speech. He doesn't make a rule. He just does something kind, and it spreads. And we can argue motive all day, but you see the motive begin to change. At the beginning, it was like, I just need to get out of here. But then the more he does it, the more it's like, oh my gosh, like, wow, this is doing something incredible. And that's teaching. That's advocacy. That's how we change the world. One small act at a time. Oh, incredible. I watched this when I was feeling pretty burnt out with teaching and just wondering, dude, am I making any difference? Am I even doing anything other than just collecting a check? And this movie reminded me, like, small acts like this compound over time. And you might not see the impact today, but it's there. So who's this for? It's for families. It's for animation lovers. Anyone who needs to believe kindness matters. Teachers, advocates, educators in the classroom and in the community who are just tired, right? So it's flawless. It's perfect. Go watch it now. But those are my top 10, but I know I missed some. So drop your must-watch Christmas movies in the comments. What did I get wrong? What should have been in this list? And if you haven't watched all of these, what are you even doing? We have 5 days until Christmas. Let's watch them. Be happy. Be merry. Anyway, so I'm Matt Gomez. If you like this, hit subscribe. I post about teaching, behavior, education, boundaries, and apparently Christmas movies as well. So, so Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and remember, seeing is believing. But sometimes the most real things are the ones we can't see. Love you guys, and God bless.